Hey, everybody, we're back. It's the Monday Not So Live show. I'm here. Cheryl's here. We've had another HYROX regional that happened, the last one of the year, before this week's upcoming final major. And prior to getting on this call, I was seeing who's already qualified, and it's everybody. Everybody's already qualified. So this is going to be fun because there are seven men's spots, and is it 8 women's spots available? Holy moly. Hang on, let me see what I wrote.
You mean
here.
7 have already qualified and 8 have already qualified? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 8
Dave's
women.
here too. Hi, Dave.
8 women. So you only got to beat more than half the field, slightly more than half the field, and you're in.
Should we go try?
I definitely want to talk about that. Did any of you guys watch the regionals? They were on at Wacky Hours. I did not.
Yeah, I watched them.
What were your thoughts?
In general, I guess Calypso had an amazing weekend. Absolutely fantastic.
She sure did.
Was incredible to see. As far as drama from the women's race, not a lot. Was pretty much, F1 like, here's where we are and here's where we finish. So that one a little lackluster, but I mean, sometimes that's what you get. That is what it is. That's sport. The men's, again, JK taking the win, not a big surprise, but in the fashion he did was a little bit different. Buchanan really put in a great race, although he faded near the end, but looked really good. So yeah, it was good. But my big take home was Calypso really kind of announcing her presence and getting in the mix. She's not just like slightly going to make it now. She's in there.
Yeah, so those of us that have been around a minute know Calypso from her OCR days. And I found a conversation with her from a year ago when she was starting to sniff the Elite 15. And I was like, oh, are you going to go to whatever that next major was? And she was like, I don't know. I think I might just go climbing. I really like climbing. And I remember thinking, man, wouldn't that be nice to be like one of the best in the world at something and just being totally cool about it? She kind of reminds me of Chris that way, Rogloski, right? Good at a lot of things, willing to jump in and mess around. And then sometimes just like, yeah, I'll go do something else. So clearly she's taking this seriously now. I was really trying to get her and her partner on the phone over the weekend. But obviously times are way off because I'm really excited to talk to Calypso. She's been on the show before. And then her partner, Meg, who we and I had talked a while ago, and then never quite made it happen. And she'd actually already qualified with somebody else. And then she was like, I forgot why they broke up, but they did. And they're racing with Calypso now.
Absolute drama.
I am planning on texting my partner for Worlds to see if she wants to cartwheel in the finish line with me.
That's clearly the move, man. That's pretty sweet.
Pretty impressive.
You got to hit a round off.
Just one up it.
Yep.
Just do a Benson Boone, right? So,
yep.
And I don't know what it is, but like, why didn't I do a better job naming my kids? Those names, like Calypso Sheridan is the best name there is. I can't think of a better name. I just absolutely love it. But Dexter Buchanan, I thought that's a fantastic name as well. So I was just kind of impressed all around with everybody. The fact that he showed up and did such a great job, like up until lunges, and then JK kind of took him. JK can close. It was very impressive seeing him do that. But yeah, I mean, good job Calypso and JK for just kind of, stitching up the weekend.
I saw Joanna posting basically like she was on the way to Germany or Poland. I've called it, you're gonna have to really help me out. Cause I was calling Phoenix, Vegas and vice versa. All set, buddy?
Yeah. Love you, Dave.
Love you, buddy. Take those shoes with you. Oh, yeah. So I'm writing these articles and I called Warsaw Hamburg about 20 times. So if you catch any of my verbiage and I said Warsaw, please text me and correct me. Anyway, what was I saying? My son totally threw me off.
That Joanna was on her way.
Yeah, so Joanna, like while everyone's racing there, she's heading to the final. So I was curious as to why, because you would think if you're going to skip one, it would be the final one because it's that much closer to Worlds. I don't know. Did anybody know why she decided not to race on home turf?
No.
Okay.
No, I had not heard why at all.
Okay.
And other like you say, the cash prizes are the same, are they not?
Yep, cash prizes are the same.
Yeah,
You get to
so
wear
I
the
got no
same
idea.
cute outfits. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
But winning in Warsaw is going to be quite the message. I mean,
is that your speculation? Like, hey, I want to race the top women and just show everybody who's the boss.
If I was her, that's what I would do.
As we say, why not both?
That's true. That's true.
I think she's kind of already done that this year, though. Right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, going in.
Well, wait a minute. Has she swept? Has she won the other three? I should know this. I just wrote an article. I should know this.
Yeah, the point is, like, she's beat Laura in the past 2 races, right? So going in, she has the momentum. She has, and I think it was 3 that she won. I mean, yeah, so going in, she's already got the momentum. She's already got like the favorite spot. So realistically, if you're playing mind games, there's only to lose from here rather than win. Right? Because
she has swept. So yeah, I think that's not a horrible plan, right? Like I'm just gonna sweep the majors and then see what happens at World Champs. But then you got a New England Patriots situation, right? Where you go in undefeated and then it doesn't matter, right? Who cares with the final day, right?
Yeah. I mean, you never know what's going through. It might have just been a travel conflict. It might have been, she was maybe not in Australia. It could be a billion different things. It could be like, say, strategy.
All right, I'll ask her when she finishes her race in Sweden. I will definitely ask her. And we haven't even talked about the doubles. I did not see the doubles either. Did anybody see the double? I mean, I had a lot going on this weekend. Was there anything super exciting with the doubles?
Not extremely. I don't go
What
ahead.
did you see, Matt? Or Dave? What did you see?
I mean, it was again not a terrible shock. Calypso and sorry, is it Meg doing what they do? Not a big surprise. With Gabriella, I mean, behind her. It just there wasn't a lot of surprises here.
Well, and when there's only one qual spot, it's just not as exciting, right? It's kind of like, all right, they're in.
Yeah, that's kind of been my complaint about these regionals is with the one qualification spot. I don't think it's as fun. I think it would be better if it was, a couple or 3 like we have, but I understand the logistics of it. I will say JK and his partner, Matt Slee, is that his name? That guy, Matt Slee, looked like he was just out for an easy run. Mm-hmm. He was just rolling along and JK was not keeping up with him. He was going that fast. Like this was the most relaxed running I've ever seen. It just looked incredible. So that was pretty impressive. I like that.
So he's an ex-tri athlete here. He likes coffee. He likes running fast. Okay. I'm down with both of those things.
And they won't be at Worlds
because
JK already qualified with, is it Jake Dearden? Who did he qualify with? And
I think you're right.
Yeah, and he said in his interview that he'll stick with him this time.
Yeah, because you would have had to have declared ahead of time.
And because of that, James Newberry and his partner ended up getting the spot.
Aha. And who was his partner? I can't even remember.
Oh, another CrossFitter. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, they inherited the spot. I know times are relevant and whatever, but it did not seem like, compared to some of the other teams we will see, that anyone coming from here will be a big contender. Now, could be wrong. Things could change, but if you're just looking at it.
Dine fluid? Is that accurate? What do you think?
Probably.
I think it might be Denny. I don't know. Anyway.
Okay.
They did say going into the race that they felt they were the favorites because they've never lost.
Because they never raced together?
No, they've never lost to any other team.
Right, but is that because they never raced together? Like,
no, they've raced together.
He's raced with a lot of people.
Yeah. But these guys as a team had never lost to another team.
Gotcha.
So they were proclaiming that they were the favorites. Might have just been fun banter, though.
Right.
Really solid performances all across the board. Nothing really, the only thing was, what was his name? Luke Pretty. Is that his name? Luke Petty?
Yeah. Luke Penney. Yeah.
Luke Penney.
And I have questions about that.
So I have questions. I knew we had something interesting to talk about. Dave, did you attempt to get an answer for this question?
Yes.
And did you find out?
No.
What was the question?
Basically the question. So Luke Penney was disqualified for leaving the SkiErg early. We do not know when he left early. Like, was it 5 meters? Was it 50 meters? We know he was there for at least 9:22 because that's what they had on the screen until that changed. So we know he hit at least 9:22. My question, because as the rules state that if you leave the SkiErg early, you can be either penalized or, depending on the severity of it, disqualified. He was disqualified. Nowhere does it actually list what the severity would be to warrant a disqualification. I have no idea. Reached out, got no response. I'm going to try to reach out to Luke Penney himself and see what he says, because I mean, he's probably the only one who really knows when he left, and figure out what goes from there. The parts that, again, I don't like about it is this seems to be another one of the secret rulebook rules that you can't know. And if I think back, maybe they changed it after, but I think back to Viola at World Championships getting a 3-second penalty for leaving early. And that actually cost her a podium.
Really hoping we'd get through one of these without one of these. So Dave, you did not get a no comment. You got a no response.
Yes.
So I don't know which is worse. So
let's just first off say I am completely not surprised.
Okay. I reached out to Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I was told 900 something.
Which is true.
I was then sent a photo which shows that it did in fact roll over once he left, but that doesn't count.
So that'd be within 15 meters.
It was way over. It was way over 15 meters.
No, but I'm just saying, generally, when you stop, you can get a rollover between 15 to 20 meters.
Okay.
So he was at least 985 is what you're saying.
Yeah. And so his rollover was, now again, this picture, Your Honor, if I were to show it before the court, I can't prove it's his. I can't prove it's his after this event.
No.
But he sent me a picture, which I don't know if a friend of his sent it to him, because he
$29.99 a month. We're raising money for Matt's internet.
We need to start praying for Matt's internet.
Dude, it only does this when I'm on the phone with you guys. I talk on these things all the day, all the time, and I think it's because River's home and messing with it, but I can't speak to that. So
yeah,
if it happens again, I'll be really upset. We good? We good. Anyway,
yeah.
I tried to find out from some other folks, and that's the best I could get either, was 900 something. So again, either make the rule more clear, like with burpees in Spartan, it was like 30 seconds per, and if you do less than 25 or 20, it's DQ, something like that. But yeah, if you get 990 and you're being DQ'd for essentially leaving a half a second early, it just, punishment doesn't fit the crime, and it's unclear. And we got another one of these, like Dave says, secret rule book situations. So it's just frustrating because, gosh darn it, I'd like to get through one of these without this nonsense.
That had to be tough to be DQ'd in the first station. Like, that just mentally would be really
yeah,
tough.
they came and got him. He was at the sled push and they came and got him. And he took it really well. He posted and said, hey man, it happens or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty hard.
Well, are we all in the acceptance phase that there is a secret rule book for HYROX elite races? I think we just need to accept the fact that that's how they're going to operate.
The HYROX Illuminati.
There we go. Let's trademark that, Dave.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, just we need to accept that they will not justify, they will not explain. That's not their nature. They don't feel they have to, so they won't.
The subtitle under Illuminati is "We don't owe you an explanation."
That's right. There you go. No comment.
Yeah. Anyway, that had to be tough.
Yeah, we could get gaslighting. They might do that. It might be all right. They might tell us it's for our benefit.
Yeah, the one thing they did explain was when they DQ'd the doubles team after the fact. That was the only one that we've ever gotten an explanation for. They actually posted like the video and all that. And they've since corrected that rule. And they did update this thing that they send to the elites about how to what do you call it? What's the word?
Appeal.
Challenging a race result.
To appeal.
It's called challenging a race result. Challenges must be lodged by an athlete in the respective race within 60 minutes of the official final athlete finishing time of the race in question. Okay, well, that changes slightly from 60 minutes from your race, 60 minutes from the last person that finishes. Or maybe that was always the rule and I was unsure and I wasn't clear. Late submissions will not be accepted. How to submit. All challenges must be submitted via email to elites at HYROX. No other form of submission will be accepted. Challenges submitted without clear supporting evidence will not be considered. Ladies and gentlemen, what is clear supporting evidence? Okay, moving on. Grounds for challenge. Race result challenges are only accepted in case of, alleged unsporting behavior. Investigation process. Once a valid challenge is received, the athlete in question will be notified via email that an investigation is underway and may ask to provide input. All relevant evidence, including timing data, footage, and official reports, will be reviewed as part of the process. Role of the competition journey. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Role of the competition jury.
Oh, jury. Jury.
Jury, which we've heard of in the past. In the event that an appeal is made against a ruling or the outcome of a race result challenge, the competition jury will be convened. The jury comprising appointed technical, organizational, and medical representatives will review the case and make a final ruling. This step ensures that all appeals are assessed impartially and in line with the highest standards of sporting integrity. There's a little more, but can we please explain? Athletes didn't seem to be mentioned there, but medical representatives were? Because that way the medical representatives say, well, that's a contusion, not a bruise. So I think that's a penalty. Is that what we're going with the medical expertise?
I don't know. I don't have the foggiest idea why you'd want the medics concerned. What I did take from that too was the only thing that you could challenge was unsporting behavior, basically.
Correct.
What about mechanical failure?
Doesn't say that.
Equipment failure.
Doesn't say that.
Judging issues on not calling a bad rep, but i.e. making someone do 10 extra reps or an extra lap on the sled.
Yeah, all that should be somewhere in the rule book, Dave. That's all really good stuff that should be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
Outcome communication. Findings of the investigation will first be communicated via phone to the athletes directly involved, followed by a written summary via email. The HYROX Elite Racing Technical Director, Matlock, it says. It doesn't say Matlock, but it says the HYROX Elite Racing Technical Director, in consultation with the competition jury where applicable, will issue the final decision. All decisions made through this process are final and binding.
My question would be, why does the what is it, the competitive athlete panel? I can't remember what they call them.
Competition jury? Competitive jury? Competition jury.
Not the competition jury. The competitive athlete panel that they have, that they do advice with and that they talk to, that's made up of some of the athletes and stuff. Why are they not involved?
Great question.
The competitive jury, as it is competitive.
I mean, I think it would be not unheard of to actually say like who the people are rather than roles. Like, would that be unheard of to say here's who makes up the jury? Because it's so vague, it could kind of be anybody. Organizational, literally anybody who works at HYROX that's there that day.
What would that give you?
Transparency
and
clarity
and accountability.
Accountability, yes. Which we're not big on, it appears.
We're not big on that.
Listen, all we've been saying all year is how this is headed for disaster, right? On the biggest stage, we still have one more regional to get to, but the worlds with whatever you think the eyeballs are, just magnify it, right? In terms of sponsorship, in terms of everything. Plus, that's probably where they're going to make the announcements about next year. And to not get ahead of it, other than they did do that one thing to like enough with this. I can't say I can't out my competition by saying they missed a thing. Like, get rid of that part. Other than that, not getting ahead of like you just mentioned 4 things. Judge sends somebody too soon. Rower breaks, like whatever, like and other 100 other things that you should be thinking about that have. This is the rule book. This is how we address the situation. Will you once in a great while find something that's like, oh, wow, we didn't think of that one. That didn't even occur to us, that someone would throw a wall ball and it would hit the top of the lights and come down and like some crazy thing will happen, but we could mitigate 100 things. I mean, you could just type it in a chat. Give me 28 circumstances that are not covered right now in this rule book.
Yeah, I mean, that rule book's been full of holes from day one, and it still is. And there's not a lot of hope that it won't be for the next little while.
I do, Dave. I have hope.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if it'll be this season, but
we'll see. We'll see. I think they have other priorities.
Go ahead, Joe.
I am so tired of talking about this. It's just, I mean, at some point.
The horse is dead.
Right. We still don't even know where the finish line is. Like,
I know where the finish line is.
I know where the finish line is. Where is
it? I actually meant to share this. I have a picture.
Because I was thinking about that.
Am I fuzzy, by the way? You guys waited an hour and a half.
No.
Tell me I was fuzzy.
We were trying to be polite. We were just trying to keep talking.
I appreciate it.
You look fine, Matt.
I'm gonna airdrop this picture to myself. It's the bottom. It's the bottom of the ramp.
The ramp? Where there's a white line?
It's not where the white. Hang on a second. Let me see.
Oh yeah, that would be bad. That would be wrong.
That's the thing. I was just thinking, because there was one instance where there were a couple of teams, one kind of noticed and had to hustle, right? But I thought, how do you know? Like, how do you know when you're done?
Do you remember the controversy between the team of Megiddo and Muscart and the Spaniards? And there was a controversy.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Do you know what was never a controversy? Where the goddamn finish line was.
They knew when they'd crossed, right? They knew when the race was over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, if it's at the bottom of the ramp, give us a line so we know. Here it comes.
Uploading. Oh boy. Okay. So you got a little mat that says HYROX, and then right above that is another piece of carpet, and that red thing is like that's where you're crossing. So it's between
the timing mat.
Between this white line and the end of the mat. That's where the thing is. And there's a backup somewhere over here, right? But that's the line.
So can we be clear though that gray line, that strip of tape, that it really has nothing to do with anything, that just holds that other mat down?
It looks like it's like symmetrical. So that's why it looks like Rich almost got beat, because he was walking, but he had crossed this part first. Because Sean, I think, beat him to this line, right?
Well, you can see someone's up ahead already, right?
Well, this isn't that.
Oh,
this
no,
isn't Rich. This is just a random photo.
Oh yeah, I can see tattoos. Rich doesn't have those tattoos.
Yeah. So audio listeners, we're just describing, it's basically the bottom of where the ramp starts to go up. So
right.
hustle to that part and then chill out.
That is very, very good to know. I lost my world championship by less than a second. And I didn't know when to stop running, right? Like they were out ahead of us.
When you run into coach, the DJ, that's when you should stop.
Probably, yes.
No. Well, I would like just a nice line that said finish.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think, I mean, at this point, you have these high stakes races and there are opportunities for failure in the system, right? And I think we just need to accept that that's the case. One thing I do appreciate about DECA is that doesn't tend to happen, Dave. No. I think you've kind of locked things in a little bit better. So, and I wouldn't even say it's because it's a less complicated race. I think that DECA is actually harder to judge because it goes so fast in some ways. So I think you guys have done a good job of at least knowing where in the rule book you can point to so that people aren't losing money and people aren't, frustrated by their results. So anyway.
I think any good rule book in any sport demands constant review. Constantly.
Yeah.
Always reviewing, always trying to figure out what's best next, what needs to be changed, what can be improved, what needs to be reworded. And it's not a matter of, okay, it's good, let's leave it and hope for the best. It's like constantly, let's try to make it better. More ironclad, address more issues. And yeah, anyway. Well, I'm with you, Cheryl. It's frustrating. It gets old. This is same old.
Yeah. I would like to know what you do need to do to get disqualified over just a 15 or 30 second penalty leaving the SkiErg. Like that had to be egregious. Is all I think of that poor guy.
Well, like I was thinking, if you set out like a percentage, like, and that is one of the things DECA does. There is a disqualification for leaving a zone early if you complete less than 80% of the zone, and that's written in the rule book. And I'm like, so what percentage is too little for HYROX to warrant the DQ? And like I said, all we know for sure is he did 922.
Mm-hmm.
So he did 92% at the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
is that warranted DQ? I mean, I don't know.
So one thing that is worth talking about, at least briefly, is James Kelly, very fast athlete, 55.25.
Yep.
Do we know what position he would have finished at the EMEA's course?
Oh, 80th.
10th.
Yeah. Again,
four seconds ahead of.
Seem to be a very fast course.
4 seconds ahead of 55. Sebastian's 55.49.
Yeah, that did seem to be a very fast course, though. I will say that.
Well, I think what we said a couple weeks ago. Goodbye world records, goodbye PRs. Like you had it, you had your shot. If you're gonna say this race is the same and it wasn't because you were fitness, then the world champs are going to be slower. Everything's going to be slower unless they're like, fuck it, let's make the world champs even faster. Let's cut off another 200 meters somewhere. Because that says something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was happy for him though. I was happy that he did as well as he did.
No, of course we're happy for him.
He got a little emotional at the wall balls in the doubles race because I think he was just so happy the weekend had gone so well. I was really happy for him.
That was a good week for JK.
Yeah.
Calypso's time of 1 hour 33 would have made her also 10th, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm not buying that.
Me either.
If you had said 6th,
right?
Yeah, I'd buy that. Same with JK. I'd buy 6th.
Right. Slower day for JK. Courses are different, slightly different. 10th. Sorry.
No.
So Dave, apparently somebody fell into a trap that you set, and you wanted.
Yeah. Do I get to engage?
You wanted to speak about that.
Oh.
Should I read the comment first?
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was very thoughtful.
It wasn't a trap. It was a hope.
Yeah. I mean, you threw it out there. And I thought that the response was extremely well thought out.
That's why I liked it.
Yes.
All right. So I'm pulling this up right now. And the comment is, it's quite long. It's quite lengthy.
It's a beautiful comment.
Let me hang on. Let me bring it up though, so I can read it to the audience.
I even invited that person to come on and talk.
Oh, did they turn it down?
Are they gonna?
I don't think they ever saw my comment.
To anyone. Now I lost it. Where's my YouTube?
No, it's right there under the P.
While I admire Dave's confidence in Elite 15, this is from Phil Astles. While I admire Dave's confidence in Elite 15 majors qualification process he advocates is pretty substantially flawed.
Attaboy.
Substantially, Dave.
To allow anyone with an elite license, parentheses pro card, to attend a major would simply encourage a large number of people to buy one. In some cases, the cost is less than a standard race ticket. I'm not sure what that means, but
are you saying that the cost of a pro card is pretty much what it costs you to pay for a regular race ticket?
And so he's implying that if you have a pro card and you were in Dave's system, you would just get to show up to the race to see if you could win. You wouldn't have to pay for a ticket.
Which is a solid point. You'd still have to pay for the ticket.
No, yeah. You always have to pay for the ticket.
But it would be a way to get into that race and not really paying that much more cost.
Yeah. The only tickets you don't pay for as an elite athlete, to my understanding, is the actual Elite 15 races. But any pro race, even if you're the world champ, you pay. I think Tim and everybody, they have to pay to get into the pro races.
It's a very solid point.
So you have mass participation at these events for people who are not elite. If you were then to seek to restrict who could have a pro card, you would simply replace the current qualification process with a pro card qualification process and be no further forward.
That part I'm going to disagree with, but keep going.
All right, well, let's keep going. Furthermore, how would you know under Dave's system who would be in the Elite 15/30? Without any qualifying races, this could not be appropriately established. The big flaw is the disservice Dave's suggestion does to the HYROX community. The best thing about each race is wondering which elites are going to turn up. If they're not going to be there, then the races will lose their vibe. You could say this would be akin to the moment elite CrossFitters stopped turning up at local boxes in favor of their own private gyms. Well, he spells favor F-A-V-O-U-R, so he's Canadian, Australian, or English. The moment the elite lose touch with the wider community of athletes, the sport starts to die. I'm sorry to say. Thank you for reading this. Dave, which part would you like to?
Okay, first read my response.
Oh, thank you for your criticism. And I would love to answer all these questions, but I'd like to do it on a call so more people would be able to take part. Would you be interested? And he didn't respond.
I'm assuming he didn't see it because nobody writes out a comment that thoughtful and that that long without actually being wanting to engage in some conversation.
Yeah, it's very possible he didn't see it.
Yeah. So what part do you want me to go through first?
The first part?
The first part about the pro card. Okay. So where he says that anybody could buy a pro card and jump in. Absolutely. And that is something that I deliberately did not give the information on under my system because I wanted people to engage. So under my system, basically in order to get your pro card, you need, and this is where I do disagree with him, you need to either win a race, any race within the past 12 months, or be the highest non-pro card having finisher. All right. So that means with HYROX having roughly 100, 105 races a year, you could get 105 pro cards a year for men, for 105 for men, 105 for women. All right. This would basically give you, and we all know, let's just say all 105 get their pro cards and all 105 signed up for major, which we know wouldn't happen, but let's just say it would. Matt, what's the general no-show percentage? 15?
Well, I think it's smaller for elites, but
smaller for elites. So we go with 10.
For the average race, it's like 15%.
Yeah, 15%. We'll go with 10 anyway, right? We'll go with 10 anyway. So we're looking at about 90 possible people to go for 90 men, 90 women.
So that's 3 waves, you're saying?
That's 3 waves, basically.
And they wouldn't be because geographically.
Geographically all the world. So if we got 50 to each major, I would be very impressed. 50 to 60. So let's call it 60, right? So there's what? That's 4 waves of 15. For men, 4 waves of 15.
Why not 2 waves of 30?
Well, no, because we want to keep it to 15, right? Because they want to set up the grid format for 15 people. Right. They don't want to expand it to hold 30, right? That's the same as their Division 1 thing they got now. That's the next 15. So I'm trying to keep in line with their desires for streaming purposes, right? So there you have your basics of why you're not going to be overrun by underqualified people.
Wait, how do you distribute the waves?
So his next, or one of his other questions about how do you have the elite, who gets to run the Elite 15 wave, correct? that what you're getting? Okay. So simply put, let's start this in a new year. The top 15 wave, right, will be the people who were the top 15 at World Championships, provided they can make it. Now, after that race, the first major of the new season, anyone who gets beat in the top 15 by people out of the top 15 is bumped out of the Elite 15 for the next race, and those people are moved into the Elite 15 for the next race. So basically, how you do in your major dictates whether you can maintain your spot in the Elite 15 or you get bumped down to.
But what if you skip a major?
Then you're out of the major. You're into the next one. Wait, you want your high-end athletes at all your majors, right?
Right, but I don't want to make all of them. I want to skip. If I'm an American, I might want to skip Australia or vice versa. So if I don't go, if I'm Hunter and I don't go to the Australian one, I now have to earn my way back into the Elite 15.
Yeah, you got to earn your way back into the Elite 15. Yep.
How do I do that?
By the next major you go into, you beat someone that's in the Elite 15, and then the following one you get bumped up.
Okay. So if Hunter, let's say in this example, races in the third wave, but his time ends up being faster than most of the people in the first two waves, and now he's back in.
Yep. Yeah, he can even win from the third wave.
Right.
Yep.
But the winning isn't as important as getting back into the Elite 15.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't get into the world. How do you get into the world champs now?
Same way you do now. You get to top 3 in a major.
I mean, I think I like this.
Entire system based on winning you're in. You win to get your pro cards. You win to get to the Elite 15 in the majors, and you win to get from the majors to the World Championships.
And then through those majors, there are roll downs?
Yeah, just like now. Yep, same deal.
Okay.
Yep. Everything like that works the same.
All
so
right,
in this process, again,
the same 100 or some form of the same 100 are always going.
Well, yeah.
Are always eligible to go.
Are always eligible to go, yeah.
So it's within a calendar year?
Yep, within a calendar year.
So how would you, if you were going to put it in 27, how would you? Because right now we do season. Now we go June to June.
Yeah. So 24. So for a calendar year from the day of the event. So 12 months from the day of the event. So basically, if your pro card's running out and that's coming up, and you have not established another win or another qualification for your pro card, then you'll have to go around again.
Would you want this for any other system? Like, do you think DECA should do it that way?
DECA system is it's even more simple. It's just time-based, and you get to the championship. That creates a completely different set of issues. So would I want this system for DECA?
Like if they had another, I don't know, 10 global races?
I don't think that the Elite Wave is popular enough now to have that be a successful way to do it. For DECA, no.
But with DECA, before with DECA, the footprint was the same. It's the same race everywhere you go.
For the fit, it always is. Yeah.
For the fit.
The problem you struggle with is the mile and the strong.
Correct. But now with DECA Fit, we have different machines across the world, which are going to make a difference, right? Like this type of system may end up being necessary for DECA if they're going to continue to allow for a wide range of equipment.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad point. Yeah. Because there is much more variance in the courses than there's ever been.
Yeah. And now, we got these Chinese times coming through. Like, you know what I mean?
About that? Is that on our list to talk about?
It's not on our list, but it should be because I love it.
All right, Dave. You're on the hot seat, buddy.
Sorry, there was one more part where he said that we're robbing the fans of seeing.
Yes, because we don't know who's going to come. Something about that.
We don't know who's going to come. So what I would say is, yes, you're right. That would change. However, that will be implemented by the potential stories. When we're watching majors, we are now very interested in who comes 13th, 14th, and 15th, because will they beat the time that the previous waves have set to get into the Elite 15 for the next race? So now the end of the race, instead of just watching interviews on the stage and, oh, look, somebody came in 15th, it actually will matter. and everybody will race through the entire race. So your battles for 10th and everything, they will be pushing to beat the clock to make sure they stay in Elite 15 for the next race. So that'll be a whole new level of entertainment.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that part at all, because of course we're going to know who's there when they're there. I didn't quite understand that part.
Well, I think he's inferring that there's excitement in the regular races, seeing who gets a good time or whatever and can jump into the Elite 15 at the last minute. I think that's where he's going. And I get it. I think it's a valid point. I just think that this way, I would be more interested to watch that race than to see the one that he's talking about, that where that kind of drama.
See, like a regular pro race, like Miami Pro Men's.
Yeah. Like, so let's say Calypso at the 2 weeks before a major throws down a good enough time to get her into the major and bumps somebody out. That's the kind of excitement he's talking about that we would lose through my system. And he's right. But I think the excitement you gain in the races themselves, seeing that battle.
I still don't know how do you, Cheryl, you following? How do we lose that?
How do we lose the excitement?
Yeah, I'm still not clear.
I wonder if he's just saying that the pool is awfully big now.
It's a little more, and it's a little more preset.
Yeah.
At the beginning, so at the end of one major, you will know who's going to be at the next major or who is going to be qualified to race in the next major.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think this gives more athletes more exposure, which I think everybody would be on board with that. I do think that HYROX likes having that smaller group of people to focus on, right? Till can only remember so many people. It's hard. Look, there's a reason why I don't do it, because I don't remember people either, right? So, I'm
sorry, I'm still missing this. The excitement of knowing who's going to the majors. What is he afraid we're missing?
The excitement of not knowing until 2 weeks before.
But that's what we have now. We know 3 weeks.
That's what he's saying. He's saying under my system we won't have that. And
what will we have instead?
We will know at the end of a major who's going to be in the next Elite 15 at the next major. Okay, so you won't get that part that he's saying he likes. But instead, what you will get is at the major, you would get the race to beat the people who ran in the previous waves to hold onto your spot. So everybody who is close to the previous waves is in danger of getting bumped out. So everybody in the back of the pack is going to be racing their hardest because they have to beat a time in order to stay in the Elite 15 for the next race.
This is what D1's going to be.
It sounds like it. I'm not sure. I haven't really heard exactly how that's going to work.
I'm still completely unclear, and I'm now blaming you guys because I'm listening intently. I really am. I'm going to read what he wrote again. What am I losing? You haven't.
I don't even know what you're not getting anymore.
Okay, read it again. I'm not entirely certain I completely understand either, Matt.
Right now, there's some excitement of elites showing up, and it's like, right. So this system, it's just a different number of elites showing up. It's like, we don't know who's going. To me, it has no comparison to the thing about the main guys not showing up at CrossFit gyms. I don't see the analogy at all. If Rye wants to jump on and help, I'm open to it.
No, she's out. She's working right out the door. She's got to go teach a class.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought she was giving you the suggestion. All right.
No.
And by the way, I'm not upset with the gentleman at all. I forgot his name already. I'm not upset with him.
No, like I said, it was a great comment and a great post.
Read the phrase that is hanging you up, Matt, and see if Dave can answer it for you.
I have to go to the YouTube studio. HYROX Miami recap. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys.
I think I can read it if you want.
No, I got it. What I got? Okay, here we go. Comments. Read more. If you were to then restrict who could have a pro card, you would simply replace the current process.
Go down.
I know. I'm just reading out loud to get my brain cooking here.
Okay.
The big flaw is the disservice to the community. The best thing about each race is wondering which elites are going to turn up. We still know that. How do we not know which elites are turning up? That's the first thing. It's his first sentence. How do we not know? We do know.
So, we don't know for sure until 2 weeks before.
But we don't know now until 2 weeks before.
Yes, that's what he's saying. We don't know now until 2 weeks before. He's saying he likes that.
Okay. And
Because
what would
we're
happen
waiting
in
for
his
people's
system?
times.
Because yes, you're waiting for times to be solidified and make sure that they have them. Because someone could be bumped out 2 weeks before.
Yeah, like Alyssa goes to Toulouse, right? Yeah. And ends up in the Elite 15.
So how is yours a disservice to that? I still don't understand.
Because it takes that away. And I actually intentionally would take that away.
He's okay. I just got it.
There we go.
I just got it. It's a feature, not a bug, as the kids say. He's
Correct.
saying he likes that.
Yes.
I thought he was saying, we don't know who's coming. Why are you taking away?
No.
Like that's what I thought he was saying. We don't know. And I'm like, no, we definitely know. Like your system, we definitely still know. He's saying he likes that it's up for grabs up until 2 to 3 weeks before.
Yes.
And in your system, you would know as soon as the major happened, we would know who's in the next major.
Correct. Yes.
I'm so glad we got through that, guys.
It's a lot.
No. It was the wording.
Yeah.
So those of you that are listening and screaming at your cars and go, yes, dummy, that's what we were saying while you were driving or working out. He's saying he likes that part, and your part makes it major to major instead of.
And that is intentional for the athletes to be able to prepare.
And like you said, then it makes the majors even that much more exciting because now it's totally up for grabs. I'm going to officially say I like Dave's format. I don't think we'll ever see anything even close to it, but I really like it.
Yeah. Thank you. And again, was his name Phil?
Phil.
Thank you, Phil. That was a great comment.
I don't know if it's
keep it coming.
Nah,
whatever.
Phil Assels.
It was a great comment.
Falafels. Falafel.
Awesome. And
okay.
Well
okay. Whew. So glad we got I was really worried. I was really, really worried. Yeah. It was like where the comma was basically. So when did you come up with the system? Because I feel like it's a really good one. Because I know you liked the every races in LCQ for a while.
I've had the system in mind forever. It's just some few details that I ironed out and stuff. But yeah, the system has been the same. It's always been. All right. It's just been more the pro card issue is really the only thing that changed.
All right. So moving to DECA, officially still in the hot seat.
All right.
DECA posts sometimes, hey, here's who's in. And I see a Chinese flag at the top of most of the leaderboards, to which I say, that's interesting. Yes. That a country first starts doing races and they immediately go straight to the top. Now, DECA Dave has assured us on this very program that he may reach out to any given race and or gym and say, show me your receipts. So, Dave, what's that?
He has.
And he has.
Yes.
So, Dave, nothing against the beautiful people from the People's Republic of China. What is the verdict? Have we done China? Have we done some research? Have we put out some calls? What do we know?
Yes, there is ongoing investigation.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to put it. Now, keep in mind,
do you have an elite field made up of medics, firemen, and plumbers? What's your elite field?
Are they all wearing masks and robes?
There is a DECA Illuminati. Yes.
They would have cowboy hats, though. The DECA guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's made of your?
They'd be friendly. They'd hug.
It would be a little more American, I think.
Yes, a little relaxed.
Yeah. No, definitely things are being looked into. Keeping in mind that it is challenging with language barriers and distances and time zones to get all things figured out. But yes, things are being looked at.
Okay. So
and I will tell you that those who watch the leaderboard closely do know that there have been times removed.
There have been times removed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
So tell me the story, the general story about how a time got removed.
Without shaming, which Cheryl loves to
and that's
do.
the thing.
I'm
not gonna go into people's
judges' names. She wants their addresses.
But there have been times where we have I've gone into a deep dive, and not just me, but the DECA team has gone into a deeper dive. Found out sometimes that honestly it was just a case of misentry mistaken data entry is often actually the case. And then there are times where some of the things like usually it's a course layout problem when we've had some things like that. Yeah, so generally that's been the case. I have not found an occasion of somebody deliberately cheating at this point.
So when you say course layout, the gym owner didn't know. Just can you give us an example? Like,
yeah, sure. I can give you an example of an Atlas course that at the end the course was put up. If you know DECA Atlas, when you're doing the dead ball at the end, you need to clean the ball to your shoulder, run 5 meters out, 5 meters back, drop it, reclean it, repeat 10 times. They ran with the ball the whole 100 meters. They did not do the drop and reclean. And that was for everyone in the event. So we had the occasion there where those times had to be stricken.
Okay. What about fits though? Wasn't there a miles and strongs? Aren't there miles and strong times that were China?
I can't remember what country and stuff there were, but there's been some that we've found that were off for, again, usually course layout or stuff like that. I have yet to have one that's actually been a refusal or a decline to show a video of any kind yet. So
okay, so I'm looking right now. I'm looking at the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Hang on. Share screen.
And actually, I think you were thinking of Australian ones, not China.
I saw a lot.
Last year it was Australia.
Last year was Australia. This year, so this person, this is elite and age group. We want.
Come on, hit it, go for it. Try the name.
Oh, sure. This is Kai Zhu.
There you go.
And this is Ji Long Kui. Okay, this is
actually that Ashley Squire Smith one I'm worried about. That one I don't know.
Is that a man or a woman?
That's a man. Actually, that is your last year's Ruck Strong champion, and he worked out with him quite a few times. He's a great guy.
Okay, so the top two women in the current DECA mile are from China.
Yes.
You have looked at those, or you haven't looked at those?
We're in the process of looking at them.
In the process. And the male is also, okay, and let's go to the strong.
Mm-hmm.
Strong is some Aussies.
Yeah, I have looked at both of those.
Okay. Yeah, Kevin's way down here in fifth. Come on, Kevin. And then women, ooh, look at that. Look at Chelsea Grand, number 2.
Chelsea having a great go, yeah.
Raquel, number 1. Okay.
And Chelsea's, I judged that one, if anyone has a problem with Chelsea's.
Do you know that there's a frickin' DECA Fit in Spain? It feels like almost every weekend.
There's a lot of DECA Fits in Spain.
And we had one in America. We had a road show in America. Did you know that, Dave?
A what?
We had a DECA roadshow in America, in Nebraska. Were you aware of this?
A DECA Fit roadshow in Nebraska?
Did you not know this?
I didn't know that. No, I don't do the roadshows.
I know, but you're weekly. You guys do weekly results now?
Yeah, they just updated that leaderboard. I'm still getting a hand on it.
Week 33, April 27th to May 3rd. That's not a week. That's like a month. Oh, I see. April.
It's probably week of.
No, but they skipped 30 to 33.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
new leaderboard, like appearance and navigation and stuff. So still getting used to that.
Hang on, we'll look up DECA Fit Nebraska. Grand Island DECA Fit Roadshow, Grand Island, Nebraska. It was on an Army base, so one of those kind of relationships. Mm-hmm. Where's the results, though? I don't know what the results are.
Yeah, you probably have to go down further or back a menu stage to previous DECA Fits and go in there.
Oh, the main thing there. Did you know that you were getting a DECA Fit in Toronto, in Mississauga, Dave?
Did I know? No, I did not know. Because as with all the events, we never know until it's announced, and then we're just pretty sure.
Okay. So
I knew there was inklings.
So as I put in my post, we have HYROX Toronto Halloween weekend, and we've got DECA Fit Toronto first week of that month. So you got
no, I think you got that backwards.
Okay. You guys are
HYROX
Halloween?
first week, HYROX first week, DECA on Halloween.
Okay. So good time if you live up there, right?
Yeah, and not only that, the Spartan Blue Mountain is in October as well.
Crushing it.
Yeah, it's October's a busy time.
I don't want to be
Thanksgiving's in October as well.
I don't want to be outside for a Spartan race in October, though.
You know what? They have been shockingly lucky with the weather at Blue Mountain for that race. Shockingly lucky.
Yeah, I think the World Champs used to be October, right?
Pretty early October in Blue Mountain. Yeah. And again, they were pretty lucky for those too. It rained like mad, but it wasn't freezing cold. So,
did you have any other DECA questions, Cheryl, before we move on?
I don't. We've got San Jose coming up. What, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. So we can talk about that.
And you and Rye will be there, Dave?
Yes. We are slated to be there for that one. Yeah.
Okay. Cheryl says the wait list is happening for LT games. Wasn't it already happening?
Well, I was on the wait list and got an opportunity to sign up. So I think there have been a couple of people backing out, and so hopefully some people who are on the wait list get to go.
I got on the wait list and is going now.
Yeah.
Who?
I'm not at liberty to say, Matt.
Oh, you just said I know someone. I'm sorry, I thought you named them.
Yes. I know someone. Yes.
Yeah. Some of us are far too old to have 2 weeks to prep for LT. So I'm not interested in hurting myself at this point, but It was very nice that, it's working. So yeah, they go the same weekend as San Jose DECA. So it'll be fun to talk about that when it's done.
Okay.
I feel bad not being there. It's going to be hard not being there.
Yes.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing how it goes for sure.
I hope they do another stream again too.
Wes has informed me that the live stream is going to be better.
Nice.
I'm excited to see. Look, it was such a well-run event the first go around. Like, any improvements are just going to be icing on the cake. So
they're going to got to watch you and Matt go head to head on the live stream last time.
It was great, right? I loved it. And, my friends back home watched, and I've got 2 friends who will be there that I'm just going to find out their start times and sit in my room and watch YouTube. So really excited.
Yeah. It's a tough one for me. As I was supposed to go too, and it actually wasn't the DECA that had me not going, it was other things. But it's definitely going to be FOMO.
Dave, I think you and me, we need to make a pact that next time we just need to go.
Okay. All right.
Did he sound genuine, Matt?
No, I can do that. I am trying to lessen my calendar, but sure, why not?
Well, we'll talk.
Yeah. I definitely want to hit an LT games at some point. Yeah.
Well, let's hope they launch a couple more. Let's hope we get some more on the calendar.
Yes.
I should ask them what's happening after this. What's happening after April? Well, we did get a minor partial announcement about another fitness-ish race. Wodapalooza does this thing called the Gauntlet as part of their week of activity, which has been in Miami the last however many years, and then they launched a West Coast one. Apparently today they launched an ice one. I don't know where that one's going to be. But HYROX came on to say that the 5-leg, because right now it's just 3 legs, the 5-leg.
Can I say one thing before you describe this?
Sure.
I feel catfished.
Because?
I was watching your interview with HYROX. I was lying in bed with Ryan and I and scrolling on the phone and, listening. And all I heard from HYROX was, think of TMX. And I was like, immediately paid attention because that was one of my favorite races of all time. And then he proceeded to describe a race that was nothing like TMX.
I think the part he mentioned jumping over something, right?
Okay.
So I think right? So like if you do a clean and then you get to, maybe it's a wall, maybe it's a box.
Okay.
It's like the hurdles. Remember Daniel Clafferty talking about, wasn't that race called the Gauntlet over in the UK?
No, it's
That
completely different. That's completely different though.
No, but there were hurdles.
Yes.
So
I do like a hurdle.
So I mean, I think it's TMX
Irish table.
I think it's TMX inspired.
Okay. I will reserve judgment on
once again, we've got this interesting definition of, like with Athex, it's not a race in the sense that there's no finish line. It's a competition. And what did you decide our word for that was?
It would be a multi-stage fitness competition.
A multi-stage fitness competition.
So cool.
Yeah.
So,
which is a good thing.
No, it's a very good thing. It's more the merrier. It's what I've been saying for months and months. Where are the rest of them? So I didn't write them down. I can't even tell you what the stations are.
No, it was kind of vague a little bit, wasn't it? Like it wasn't exact.
Here, can I just say, like,
River's coming back here. He's probably going to say something hilarious.
Okay, let's see what River.
I'll pull up the video actually, because I'll just pull up the video because he actually did say it in the video, right?
No, I don't think he did.
No, there was hints and like thoughts.
Listen,
hang on. Let's see what River has to say. Yes, okay. River Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 90% of what my kids need: a password. It's either money or a password.
There we go.
He is the holder of all that is important.
Do the official sign of. You want to say hey, River, to the world? Just say hey in the microphone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hang on. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. They link the details, but we'll share as soon as I can. Hang on. But do you remember what I might have something to talk about in 1 sec if you guys let me read this. But what you don't remember what's. Oh, we're good. Okay. All right. We'll pull up the fucking thing.
I never got any any firm definition of this is a zone, this is a workout, it was kind of like, well, we're going to have something like this and something.
There's going to be kind of a Metcon-y piece. There's going to be an endurance piece. There's going to be a strength piece.
Is that not enough for you?
No.
Listen, that whole interview, first of all, HYROX looks amazing. Like, he looked great in that video.
He's very handsome. HYROX is extremely handsome.
Well, he's a handsome fella, but he just looked really good. Like,
super fit.
Yeah. He just, he's killing it. So good job. Watch it on YouTube. But my favorite part of the interview was the sort of vague,
some hurdles, some things like this, like things that you have to get up and over, some objects. Second one's going to be anaerobic based. Second leg is going to, really kind of be focused on kind of your overall anaerobic output. For those CrossFitters out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. Short, fast, punchy. Third leg is going to be heavy and long. Fourth leg is going to be a monostructural piece. So we're going to keep in, some of the cardio pieces that you're going to know about from, ski, bike, row, those type of couplet or triplets that you can bring in. And then the fifth leg is going to be a mixed modality. So think you got to do a round of something, with maybe a dumbbell, and then you have to go and through a course and then come back in, do the second round, and then repeat that for 5 rounds. So they're going to be legs 1 through 5. So the stimulus will be a heavy load. So you're going to think about sandbag work that you have to do, some hurdles, some things like this, like things that you have to get up and over, some objects. Second one's going to be anaerobic based. Second leg is going to, really kind of be focused on kind of your overall anaerobic output.
So when he says that short, fast, punchy, what do you think he means?
Yeah, just Metcon stuff.
Would that be something maybe like a Franish kind of workout?
But then the third thing is a Metcon.
Yeah, there's a lot of Metcons in there. Actually, to be honest, almost every one of them was a Metcon except for the single modality one.
We're going to do this heavy Metcon, then we're going to do this burpee Metcon, then we're going to do this.
But again,
Metcon.
There's no.
By the way, I love Metcons.
but he also assured me we're not complex lifting, so it will be.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
No, but I'm saying that's good. That's stuff we can all do. Awesome. So that's why it's more
very clear. There will be sweating involved and fitness.
Right.
Be a lot of fitnessing. My number one favorite part of that interview, though, was when you said, "What are the dates that you're going to have this event?" And he's all, "Well, it's kind of hard to, and he kind of does this super long answer with all these words and no dates. No dates. I loved it.
To throw cover for him, I did ask him, like, he goes, "Hey, we're super early on this." And he's like, "It'll be super." He wasn't like, so before we give him too much trouble. Now, if 6 months from now we're still saying what are the dates, then we'll talk. But I'm thinking we're getting a fall date pretty soon.
So listen to you. I'm thinking we're going to get a fall date. Listen to you.
Because I can't remember what he said.
I'm going to make up a fitness competition. And when people ask me when it is, I'll be like, fall dates coming in 2 weeks.
So I'm gonna play the good cop here. I think it's really cool. I think Wodapalooza puts on a great event, and that's a good sign because this is not just some random company.
They already know how to do this.
They already know how to put on events. Yeah. They have been doing these gauntlet type things at Wodapalooza forever, right? And then from CrossFitters I know that I talk to, they say it's really fun. It's really cool. This will obviously be a bit of a different variation. I hope that the CrossFitters aren't too upset that there's not going to be a lot of complex lifts and stuff like that.
I'm sure we'll hear from the internet.
I'm sure. So anyway,
but it will be accessible to like people like me.
Yeah, yeah, and that's great. So I'm excited. No, it won't be for you, Matt. You'll just say it's too heavy.
Shut up.
Matt's getting fit.
I know. I'm trying to taunt him. This is taunting. So I'm looking forward to it. I really, really hope they come through with it. And I think it sounds like a fun concept. It is very similar to ATHEX. It's just some extra zones.
Well, it is so similar to ATHEX that they are also going to announce fall dates at some point.
That was pretty good. That's your clip you can put on for on Instagram, Matt.
Yeah. No, look, any more competitions we can get, of course, we're gonna be welcome.
I'm happy for, and it's different, right? It's not another faux rocks.
Yeah.
Right. It's a
run, do the thing.
Let's have more inclusiveness, but in a different kind of format. And I think that's fantastic. So, and if it's anything like TMX, I will be overjoyed.
Yeah. Just
listen, I've got some news I can bring you right now. Are you ready? This is happening right now.
Do you need a drum roll?
Go ahead. Okay. I just got more information. This is what happens. I'm like,
you need another drum roll, or can we just stick with the first one?
Just stick with the first one. I'm like the Schefter, the Shams. Shit's happening on my phone. Eric wrote, "Thanks for reminding me, but I can't release without the board approval." He's headed to FIBO, which is the big fitness conference happening, and he'll know he's getting the board approval. That's that. Second thing that came through.
Wait. Saying that he's going to tell you later was not news.
I guess it is. It definitely is. It went from no answer to, "Hey, I'm going to FIBO this week."
Cheryl, what is it like?
I think it's very much like ATHEX, and you have to go talk to the people in the robes and the masks. Is that what it is?
We're ahead of the ATHEX timeline. The ATHEX timeline we were hearing about 6 months ago. That's what I was saying. Like, we just heard about this stupid thing.
So we're early into the not hearing yet.
Listen. Red Bull Gym Clash. A global gym versus gym fitness competition designed to challenge gym goers in a head-to-head workout series blending HYROX functional fitness and obstacle course racing. Same folks that brought you HYROX, right? Same folks that bring you a lot of fun random events. Workouts created by, do you want to guess? Yeah, I'm going to give you a hint. It's 3 Red Bull athletes.
Oh, 3 Laura Horvath.
Incorrect.
It's a Red Bull athlete. It's a logical guess.
No, it was a great athlete. Try again.
Thomas Von Tonder.
Noah Olson, Jake Dearden, Ida Matilda.
Okay.
To test endurance, skill, and power as teams push the limits and battle against each other for the title of greatest gym on earth. There are regional qualifiers to take place. Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, the final is in Cairo. Holy moly. Mixed teams of 4. Dave, get your team ready. Next weekend in DC, then The next week in Costa Mesa, then Louisville, then Miami.
Next weekend in DC.
You know how they are. Red Bull's like the opposite. Red Bull's like, boom, we're doing it. Red Bull's like the opposite of the time frame. Sorry, next week in DC, and then a month from now I'll post all these. Anyway, Atlanta, August 8th. Let's hope I'm in town. I'll go to that one. I want to see if the competition is up, though, if they actually have the workouts.
It would be.
If it's next week in DC, they should.
This is sounding Gov Games-esque.
I don't think so. I think I'm thinking more gym related. They've had this before, but I think now they're adding the more HYROX-y piece, I think.
And so this is like gyms find out about this. They make up their own teams. They send them to these regional competitions.
Exactly.
Okay.
But nobody knows about it.
Well, like I said, they just launched it. Red Bull.
Or next week.
Well, if you're DC, it's next week.
It's very CrossFit-y, you know.
Why is this coming up? There we go.
I mean, just go do it. Don't prepare. Just be ready.
Unknown and unknowable.
Correct.
I wouldn't go so far, don't prepare, because their whole concept is be prepared for anything.
Just be prepared for everything, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they shouldn't need to know.
It costs 200 dinars per team. Do you know what that is?
Money.
Do you know what a dinar is?
No.
It's like
currency.
Yeah. It's like Middle Eastern currency. It's like in the Bible currency.
Really?
A dinar?
Denari, yeah.
Can we go back to shillings?
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
It's a little baggie full of jingly shillings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. I got
we can do that with toonies and loonies here.
Tunes and loons, eh?
Toonies and loonies.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
First block, strength exercises. Teams have 10 minutes to find their hardest barbell complex. I guess take back what I said about CrossFit stuff. No, it is CrossFit. I said it is CrossFit. Clean front squat. What's that?
To find their hardest barbell concept?
Clean
I don't understand
front
that.
And let me finish reading it. Only one athlete lifts at a time, so timing and coordination are key. I think they're saying heaviest, right?
I don't know. That's why I'm confused as to find their hardest barbell complex.
One rep max, clean plus front squat plus shoulder overhead. Total sum of the best successful lift of each athlete on the team. The total sum of the best lift of each athlete on the team. So I have 2 men and 2 women. All 4 of us are going to do this. And the total is what each of us get for a 1 rep max on these 3 things. Yes?
I think so. It's worded
Second
very
block.
weird.
Second block, endurance exercises. 8 synchro dead ball. What's a cluster, Dave? Dumbbell cluster. What's a dumbbell cluster?
I think it's dumbbell. You could be dead ball. Basically, a cluster, it's almost like, say, for example, if you were to do a clean into a squat into a press, that would be like a barbell cluster.
40 cal air bike, 16 synchro dumbbell lunges, 60 cal air bike, 32 synchro dead ball shoulder to overhead. Dumbbell shoulder to overhead. Result, total calories, total reps. So when we do synchro, there's 4 of us. Are we all synchroing? Or do we go 2 and 2? Oh, wait, it says right here. Teams rotate through a tough sequence. When a round is complete, teams return to the start and continue doing the exercises until time runs out.
So synchro stuff, very fun. Very hard on the judges.
A long, intense test in which all 4 athletes are constantly involved. Teams
and you're only as good as your weakest link, right?
Yeah. Oh, read their team synchronization. Okay, never mind.
Third block, skills testing, 10 minutes for time. A fast-paced, high-intensity, progressive series that alternates between shoulder, sandbag lifts, and synchro burpee box jumps overs. Only one athlete lifts a sandbag at a time, while 2 athletes do synchro burpee box jump overs.
Okay.
What do you think when one does a synchro like burpee or lift or pull up? Jumping over seems really hard to synchro because there's a lot going on.
Let me see, because that little Red Bull gym clash thing is in the way. Scroll it up a bit. I want to see. Okay, so for the synchro jumping over, basically, I think what it would be is, let's say you and I both do the box jump. We can't start the next one until we're both over on the other side. Then we can both come over.
But we're not exactly synchro.
No, not exactly. It's not Olympic.
But see how they broke it down here, one versus 2? Why didn't they do that with the other one? It's really all 4 at once. That seems really hard to judge.
It will be very hard to judge. Anything synchro is very tricky to judge. But I'd like to go back to the workout because I didn't really get to look at it. Okay, so you're 30 sandbag shoulder, clean to shoulder, because we're dealing with a 50 kg or 30 kg sandbag. So that's pretty heavy. So it's like 70 pounds for women, 110 for men.
All right, continue reading.
All right, so that's 30 sandbag shoulder cleans. Well, one athlete does that. The other athletes, or 2 of the other athletes, do 30 box jump overs synchronized. That means one athlete's resting. So then they go to 25 sandbag shoulder sandbag cleans and 20 burpee box jump overs with 2 athletes synchro, down to 20 sandbag, 10 burpee, 10 sandbag, 5 burpee. So a descending ladder of burpee box jumps overs and sandbag cleans. And
that looks fun.
Yeah, I would be down. That would be a good time. It's just gonna be hard to judge.
Yeah.
What's this? It says though, the last one, 10 sandbag to shoulder, 1 runner.
Yeah, so you're picking who's doing it, and
yeah,
I like that.
No, it would be fun. It would be a good time. And I'm a big fan of sandbag cleans. So, I mean, it's very interesting workouts. It just seems like a weird setup.
What, with the short notice, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, who's the team? Who's going? Like, and this is the one thing I question about a lot of the Red Bull stuff that they do is like, well, not as many people see it because we just don't know what's going to happen, and then we don't know who's going.
And that seems to be not their concern.
No,
we're going to put on a cool event that looks super cool, and if you hear about it, great. That seems to be their main focus. I mean,
I'm pretty sure Red Bull is literally just trying to burn money of stuff. Like, they're like, we have too much money, we need to just spend it on some shit.
No, I think they have so much always going on, and it's like any company in terms of like, I'm sure the people who do have to put it on within like a week are like, oh shit, we wish we knew sooner.
Is there any more creative a job than working in the Red Bull promotion department?
Well, that's the thing too. There's global, there's North American, there's like when I was in Texas, it was like, here's a guy from global, here's a guy from just Texas and Arkansas, here's the people just from Dallas. Like they're just printing money.
I think the Red Bull promotion department is just like 3 drunk gym guys going, dude, this would be cool, and then they do it
next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Your gym,
before we forget,
your gym picks 4 people to go to this event,
right?
So I don't even know what the limit is. 40-minute workout, 5-minute break in between. Power, endurance, technical readiness. It's interesting because it's definitely, I don't know why they said obstacle course racing other than Ida's an obstacle course racer, but she's also a HYROX athlete now, so they could have just said that.
Yeah, but she traditionally has done stuff for them as an obstacle course racer.
Right.
Well, and I thought when you said obstacle course, there would be like a rope climb. There would be something in here that would look like obstacle course racing. And this is kind of ethics.
This is Met competition.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Right. This looks like basically what people would set up for a local CrossFit comp.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah. They used to do one called Festivus, and now it's called True, and they do stuff kind of like this. Maybe not this grand a scale, but programming.
Why would you give up on the name Festivus?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess it was some kind of legal thing because that was a cool name.
Oh,
and it had a good
absolutely.
shirt too.
Yeah, I think the dates on this website are wrong because it's saying the national final is taking place on April 25th. That's in 2 weeks. That can't be right.
This may have all already happened.
You don't need to be a professional athlete to take part in the Red Bull Gym Clash. You just need motivation, team spirit, and courage to give your all when the clock starts ticking.
And to know what's happening. And to be part of a gym that knows it's happening. And to be invited.
Sorry,
Okay.
what's BJO? Burpee Brox jump overs?
Yeah.
And then the world final is October 3rd and 4th.
There you go.
In Athens, Greece. No, that was 2025's global final. Where's this year's final?
This whole thing is saying from 20. There might be a completely different workout for this one.
Cairo. The world finals are in Cairo, Dave.
Awesome.
All right. Well, there you go. Breaking news.
Red Bull doing Red Bull things.
Red Bull doing Red Bull things. Announcing things on short notice. Hang on. How do I stop this? How do I stop this crazy contraption? All righty. Xenom launched their London you can get a lottery ticket thing.
But not event 6 yet.
Yeah, I think Barbell Spin does not want to let that one go for some reason.
Well, I don't agree with Barbell Spin a lot of stuff, but it is very weird that they just won't announce event 6.
But I think at this point, it's just like now they're not going to do it. Like it's going to be
maybe it might be. Might be. It's just kind of weird. It's another event that I am worried about.
Well, I mean, we're certainly going to see what happens in Dallas. Like that'll be a big because we think if anything's going to be crowded, it's going to be that one, right? The first one.
I would think. Now that's
what's the date on that one?
It's not that far away. Fall, maybe. No, I don't know.
Well, if I check Hybrid Fitness Media, it tells me that it's June 27th to 28th.
Okay, so right after Stockholm. Good.
The one in London, we do know how ravenous the Europeans are for these fitness competitions. Maybe it'll do okay. And I know that a lot of CrossFit events, like the French Throwdown and stuff, are much better attended in Europe than they are in North America right now. So maybe they will have a good turnout. I don't think so, but I'm trying.
Well, they haven't listed. Like they haven't gone down the ethics road of like saying here's who we're kind of paying to come, and maybe they're going to wait to do that to the last minute. Maybe they think they'll get it on their own, or maybe they're secretly working on deals.
Yeah. I know that my friend Carolyn got a free ticket, coincidentally, randomly.
Right. So we don't know how many of those are. I think they'll start announcing those as they get closer, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from what I hear on the podcasts I listen to and the people I talk to, it's been a lot of, hey, that's kind of cool. And wow, that's expensive.
Right.
And that's from the CrossFit community. A lot of people outside the CrossFitter community see event 1 and go, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a hardcore CrossFit honk though, and you're like, I'm never going to make the games, and this is my chance to like be on a stage, right? Like, even if they think it's like WFP size, they're like, that could be super cool. I'm going to go.
Yeah. It's just,
and
honestly,
you have the money to do it.
I think the two biggest issues are the money and the ludicrous amount of judges they'll need.
Excuse me.
And just having gone through the math, I just don't know how they pull that off. But
all right.
You don't know what you don't know. Maybe I don't know what they're planning.
Do we? I almost forgot. We do have a race this weekend. Do we want to talk about it? I said at the top. I talked about it briefly about
Major.
who the major, but we didn't kind of talk about.
Where's the major, Matt?
Major is in Warsaw, Poland.
There you go.
It's not taking place in Glasgow or someplace else that I might mention.
Germany.
Berlin.
You thought it was Germany.
Yep, Germany.
It's definitely not Germany.
It would be Poland.
All right. Well, I just wrote a bunch of articles.
Do you want to hear a strange story? Here's
Sure.
a strange story. This weekend, I was up helping a friend fix a plumbing issue. We decided that we would go for a workout at Cole Learn's gym.
Okay.
I call said gym to find out when open gym time is.
Okay.
Cole answers the phone from Poland.
Cole,
Like,
delegate,
dude,
baby.
Don't you have someone at a desk that can do this? And he's like, I like to be hands-on. He's working hard, Cole, nonstop.
All right. So here's who's going. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. Dramatic pause.
All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Lauren, Linda, Joanna, Sinead, Lucy, Vivian, Emily, Dana Lowe, Sika, Alyssa McElhaney, a.k.a. the Femme Fatale, Stephanie Oswald, Ellie Stenfors, Kat Parnell, and Chloe Cook. And the next row downs are GNB, Jana Liebenstadt, and Charlie. Now, I don't know if Gabrielle's there, but if she's there, she's also already qualified. So if she gets in, that'll be even more. Joanna, Lauren, Vivian, Lucy, Sinead, Linda, Sika, all in already.
So wait. So GNB is another one of these qualified for Worlds, but not qualified for the majors?
Well, she's currently whatever, 28th or whatever, 18th, whatever, based on the...
But she's qualified for Worlds.
Correct.
Awesome. I love that. It's always been cool.
So that means this second half of the, like, all these folks are the ones fighting for the, no, well, not Sika, but everybody but Sika. That's who you have to beat.
So you got three of them? All right. I'm calling Emily, Alyssa, and I thought Lena was already qualified too.
Lena
Putters.
Lena is not qualified.
She's not qualified? I thought she was.
She is not.
Okay. Then her.
Here's who's already qualified.
Is Danelle qualified?
No.
Okay.
This is who's already qualified. Hang on. There's 12 people, right?
Mm-hmm. There's Lena.
Yep.
Fuck me. Where did she
Trying
qualify?
to keep track.
That's the whole reason I wrote this stupid thing. Women. Okay, that was London. This is DC. Where did she qualify then?
Now you wrote it.
There's Phoenix. There's Melbourne. There's Hamburg. So she's not qualified.
Well, no, you're showing top 5. You're not showing necessarily who qualified.
I'm absolutely showing who qualified. There's
What you got?
Wittrick Tafudo Weeks.
Okay.
Next up is Phoenix.
Sorry, I was just looking at the top 5. So where's the
Phoenix is Phoenix. Linda. Oh, there's Lena.
there you go.
So it's 9 women are qualified. Holy moly.
So there you go.
So, wow.
So I got to take Lena out. I'm going to switch her because obviously she cannot qualify again. And I'm going to go with Kat Parnell.
This is how the sausage gets made, guys. Look at this. You're seeing behind the curtain now. So first of all, yeah, let's move Lena up. So that's less confusing. What do you think about that?
Science.
Damn it. Damn it. You think it's easy doing this? It's not.
Clearly.
Do you want to make some predictions, Cheryl?
So Emily still hasn't qualified, right?
Yeah, she's missed it by one spot twice.
That's what I thought. And so I think she's a shoo-in. I think she's going to make it. I think she's going to have no problems. I think Alyssa might be in there, which I think would be great. And I actually really like Kat Parnell too.
I do too, but we'll say, what's her name? Scroll back up. Nope, you ran away.
Ellie Stenfers, Stephanie Oswald.
No.
Danelle Lowe.
Lowe, yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if she was in there.
Shot.
Let's see. Let's go by who's fastest is. Who's fast? Who's ranked higher? Actually,
Dave,
I could
who do you
tell.
think's going to win though?
You can't. You have to acknowledge that Joanna would be the favorite. I mean, she's just been so good all year. So to say otherwise would be a long shot. But in that battle, I'm always rooting for Lauren.
So yeah, if you were looking at, I mean, Joanna, Vivian, and Lauren are still the head of the class, right? We're not disputing that.
Yeah.
You could probably put Megan there.
Be there.
You could put Megan in there if she was racing, but she's not. But
right.
that's the head of the class. And then there's everybody else, really. So then the best of the rest, right? The next batch would be, I mean, if you look at by time, Emily, Danilo, Sika all did EMEAs. So one of their times is from there. Hate to be a hater, but those are really fast times.
And Sinead.
Right, but Sinead's I'm looking at time qualifier. Sinead's already in anyway.
Okay.
Sinead's a qualifying from Chicago.
Gotcha.
From last year. I'm looking at time qualifiers. It goes Meg, Vivian, Emily, Is it Danielle?
I think it's Danielle.
Okay. Megan, Vivian, Emily, Danielle, Sika, and then Alyssa. So I'm putting Alyssa as faster than Danielle and Sika, and probably right there with Emily. That's what I'm saying. So I think that's going to be like fourth place. If we think Vivian, Joanna, if we assume Vivian, Joanna, and Lauren take 1 through 3. So then you've got Alyssa and Emily as the next fastest. And then the next one's up for grabs. It's who has the best race.
Yep.
All right. Ready to move on to the men?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this women's race is going to be very good. And not for the top 3, right? I think those are kind of a given, but I think it's going to be really fun to watch the other girls.
And when can we watch that race, you're asking? Well,
good question.
If you live in Warsaw, you can watch them at the local time of 7:30 p.m. because that's when all these races start. 7:30 women, 9 o'clock men.
Okay.
And so that's 1:30 here on the East Coast. And that's 6:30 the hour before in the UK, and the next morning in Australia at 3:30.
So
Thursday and Friday. That's good for me. That works for me. I can do that.
1:30 the afternoon. You can watch it while you're having your lunch, maybe.
I'll just quit.
Just call it a day.
Yeah, just call it a day.
Okay, let's go to the men. Tim, Alex, Dylan, Sean, Thomas DeVerdick, Cole, Luke, Is it Louis or Louis Ocelar?
I think it's Louis.
Charlie, Martin Antoven, Liam McCrory, Alan, Graham, Sebastian. Jack D just got bumped up from 27th. So that means a lot of folks said no to coming.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked to see that. Because these guys, Graham and Sebastian, I think were like 18, 19 or 16, 17. And then like 10 dudes decided not to come. So that was interesting.
Again, last minute, it's hard to make those kind of travel arrangements.
For sure. So qualified, if I'm correct on this one, is Ronco, Dylan, Tim, Sean, Cole, Thomas, and Charlie. Am I missing anybody there? 7 men already qualified?
Seems about right.
Luke Greer didn't make it yet, right?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah,
he's my guy.
Yeah,
I think he's going to make it this time.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Luke Greer. I'm going to go Graham Holiday just because he just always is there. And going Jack Driscoll for pure favoritism.
Pure funsies?
Pure favoritism and home cooking, and that he's a cool guy.
I mean, unlike the women, Tim, Alex, Dylan, Sean, Thomas, Cole, like,
oh, this is a
that's pick your top 3 out of here, right? Like,
right.
The men's field, I traditionally have enjoyed watching the women's field more, competition wise, but right now the men's field, the parity throughout it is so fantastic.
And then do we get slightly different strategy, right? Does Sean go for broke like he usually does with a spot already secured? Or does he just go, you know what? I don't have to win. I can just make the podium and maybe I hold back a little.
I think Sean's more inclined to go for broke, especially because he has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you going to Warsaw if you're not going to try?
I didn't say not try. I just said like maybe take on a different strategy.
Yeah, this would
Try
be the
something
last
different.
time.
Yeah.
Would be the last time to experiment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these final majors are always kind of interesting because there are people going in for different reasons, right? Like you're not as hungry as the first one, I feel like.
Right,
You're
except for all the guys that aren't qualified. They're all
right.
hungry AF.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So the dynamic changes. Now, I will say, I was just noticing that Matt could just read down the list of those guys and for the most part, just use their first names. And we all knew who you were talking about. And in Dave's system, I don't think that would be as easy.
Why is that?
Just because you've got a larger number of people that you're paying attention to, I think. I will be interested to see when the D1 comes through next year, if that sort of changes the dynamic as far as who we're following and who we know.
I'll tell you what I like about all these guys, all these dudes. Look how long you have to go before a flag repeats. Like a nice international sport.
That is pretty cool. I like that.
I like that too.
And after this qualification, I want to compare, because I started looking at it today when I was writing these articles, but I want to compare how Worlds has shaped up over the years in terms of how many countries are representative and how many more. Like this year, like we're going to have the most women, right? At Worlds. I want to see how it compares to other years. Like it feels like the UK always had the most, but I don't know that they have.
Just an anecdotal observation. More Americans who follow HYROX, in my experience, are using the C word. I think that it is an international influence that is just being, I don't know. It's just me saying this.
Wait a minute. Could you start over? I was getting a text from my Red Bull contact and I lost it.
Dave doesn't want me to start over.
I heard the C word. And
I think you should because, Beth and I just did an episode on words that would say that get you suspended in hockey. So I think you should do this one.
First of all, that episode was brilliant. And if nobody's listened to it, that is your long run episode for this week. That is your assignment.
So, okay. Say that. I'm sorry I was distracted.
I feel like this sport is becoming so international
Oh, that people just throw that word out.
That Americans who would never say that word before are using that word, right? We are getting a lot more comfortable with how everybody does things.
For men and women, you're saying, because men would only use it as a very derogatory term for a woman, like the last bastion of anything. But internationally, it goes for both sexes, and usually a guy actually that's being a C word.
In construction, it is used as a measurement. I'm just saying.
Well, I will say that I have heard from many a person, and cheers is truly a way to say goodbye. So I really want to give our friend Matlock credit. He was not saying fuck off to me. He was just saying cheers, which I've heard from a lot of people in the time since we put that on. So, I
think we're all influencing each other in a good way.
Yeah, for sure.
You think the expanded use of the C word is a good thing?
Do I think what?
Well, you said we're all influencing each other in a good way, so you think the expanded use of the C word is a good thing.
Well,
so my daughter is currently living in Scotland.
Nice.
And she was actually thrilled to be called that by somebody. She felt like one of them. Wow. You know what I mean? Like it was just, I do think that the way it is used overseas diffuses its power.
Okay.
And makes it not that big of a deal. So would I personally want to be called that? It depends.
I do need to do something though, that this gentleman sent me this song. Well, I saw it on his feed. Okay. His name is Dripping in Fitness, Joe Johnsy. And I saw this video on his feed like a month ago. And I said, there's no reason this song should not go viral. Like there's no reason. I said, let's collab on it. So we collabed on it, and it kind of got some posts and shares, but not really. But it's a slow burner. And now it's up to 50K. And I always say, listen, if you post content, don't get hung up in what does well or not. Because you just kind of never know. So like my friend Sign, I knew that would do well, but the one last week, take the Jill on my number. That's at freaking 250K right now. Like I could have never, like I knew it would do well, but that's legit viral. I'd say 250,000, you're legit viral. So this song is amazing, and the video is amazing. And people have done a lot of kind of like HYROX spoofy stuff. But this is an amazing song, and please share this video with your friends. And I might start putting it in the music. And it's called "Have I Mentioned That I Do HYROX?"
Oh, I think I've heard this.
That I do HYROX. I do HYROX, I'm better than you. Pay £150, brush just let around. Yeah, I got badges on a backpack too. I run my own sins and I do zone too. Yeah, I do HYROX, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. Can't tell me that you're better than me, cause I pose mid-race with my nasal tape. Got nothing to lose in my carbon shoes. I'm so unique, got a number on my arm as I'm waving to my wave and show my new shaves. Chest, arms, legs, backside and crack, cause this foot is to be taken as I'm looking like a bacon. V5 from another one gas. I smell blood as I go past and the farmers carry. Looking kinda scary, I'm a topless kettlebell fairy. I'm a kettlebell fairy when I'm not racing. I'm ice plunging, then I'm lunging, then I'm lunching on electrolytes, then I'm having early nights dreaming of pulling sleds. I don't do rounds unless there's burpees. Now I'm in my 30s. HYROX is my life now. Thank you, please. Have I mentioned that I do HYROX? I do HYROX. Oh, what's that? That's just a badge saying I do HYROX. Yeah, I've done 100 wall balls and broken.
I'm a kettlebell fairy, which sounds a little like fairy, but it's fairy because he's ferrying the kettlebells. To me, that's really the next level shit. Great song, great video. I love it, and I hope you share it with people.
It's truly a global sport.
All right. See you later, guys. That's it. That's all we got.
Take care.